Alrighty guys, welcome back to another one. In today's breakdown video, well tonight's, but we are doing Federal 20 gauge premium copper plated 2 3/4 inch number 3 buck. Rated at 1175 FPS, this is 20 pellets. That is a pretty good pellet count, however, this is only number 3 buck. As far as buckshot goes, that is the second smallest size that is still considered buckshot. 25 caliber. Now, this being Federal Premium, these are made in the USA, copper plated. Done said that. Says premium right there on the box. The box does look pretty nice. I'll have to give them that. We have Federal's little wave thing logo that back there in the background. I don't really know what that is. Once again, made in the USA. We can see our copper plated pellets right there. 5 shells. Side of it is just our specs. The other side of it, once again, just our specs. Buckshot size chart, right here on the back of it. Number 4 is 24 caliber, number 3 25, number 2 27, 30 cal is number 1 buck. Double aught is 33, although Federal uses 31.5 caliber as their double aught buck. And we have 36 cal triple aught. I have not done a breakdown on Federal's triple aught buck yet. Don't know if it actually is 36 caliber, but I know their double aught is 31.5. The number 1 buck is 28 caliber. Don't know about their 2 buck. Their 3 buck is actually 25 cal, and their 4 buck is actually 24 cal. The back of the box is nothing but warnings. If you guys want to read anything, just pause it. The top of the box is more warnings. Tonight's Snooze and Drink combo is Granite Loose, which is actually one of my favorites, and Coke Zero Oreo flavor. It kind of just tastes like vanilla Coke with a little bit of chocolate. Doesn't taste anything at all like an Oreo. But, moving on, I don't know who sent us these, so please comment below and let me know. I have reached out to everyone that I know has my shipping address, and no one will take responsibility for sending me these shells. He also sent, whoever it was, I'm assuming it's a he, also sent some Federal 20 gauge 3 inch freight train Sabo slugs, some Federal 16 gauge Prairie Storm number 4 shot. They have a flight control wad, and some heavy shot, heavy teal 3 inch 20 gauge steel shot. That's a mouthful. So I would really like to know who sent these so I can give you a proper thanks. And this is always a possibility, but I could have been told I was being sent this and I just don't remember. But anyway, this being 20 gauge, our hull is yellow. It says Federal on it, 3 buck, 2 3/4 inch, 70 millimeter. And that's all it says. Head stamp, of course, says 20 gauge Federal. We do have a 209A primer. 6-point fold crimp. The crimp is, well, it's not bad, but could be better. It's not very deep set, but it is uniform and it is completely sealed. Has an okay taper on it, not much of one, but definitely better than a lot of other brands. And we can see our pellets through here. Kind of. So I'm willing to bet that these are pretty much the same thing as the regular Federal 20 gauge 20 pellet number 3 buck, except these will have obviously copper plated pellets. It's powder, plastic gas seal, nitro card, pellets and buffer, and crimp. I'm willing to bet that's all this is, but without further ado, let's crack this open and see how they put this together. And for a pellet weight on this, we have 1.15 ounces, which is barely over ounce and an eighth. Ounce and an eighth is 1.125. And here's a good look at our pellets. Those are very well plated. I've seen some copper plated pellets that are very splotchy and ugly. No, these are beautiful. And as you can see, nice and round, nothing wrong with those at all. And you can see our buffer. Let's get a better look at these. So here's our pellets without the buffer. Once again, they look beautiful, nice and shiny, and there are 20. Let's see how much just the buckshot weighs. 1.084 ounces, which is just above 1 1/16 ounce. But let's see how much the buffer weighs now. And of course, that would be 0.065. Add that together and you get right at 1.15. And it looks like we have 23.2 of what appears to be a blended powder. There are red flakes in this and some kind of black flake powder and a cylindrical powder. If you look at the very center of the screen, you'll see chunks of cylindrical powder. Actually, let's dump this out of my hand. That'll get a much better view. There you go. Red and yellow flakes in here, along with cylindrical pieces and flat discs. Looks like it may be a blend of up to 4 different powders. Weird. And of course, we have a plastic gas seal. Yes, there's a hole in it, but no, the hole does not hurt anything. BPI actually has an XF12 gas seal out now. It's an X12X with a hole in the center. And that is supposed to allow for faster commercial production of shells. But anyway, these are symmetrical. There is no top, there is no bottom. Looks good to me. Anyway, and beyond that, the only form of stack height that is in this shell is a 20 gauge nitro card. 3mm, and that's it. There is no cushion wad at all in this shell, no Mylar wrap, no Teflon, nothing like that. It's literally just powder, plastic gas seal, nitro card, pellets, buffer, crimp. That's it. Very, very simple, although I have seen on YouTube, these don't pattern very well. They don't seem to pattern good at longer range is what I should have said, but this caught me off guard. This is Federal Premium actually, and those tend to have paper base wads. This one has plastic. I've never seen that in a Federal 20 gauge shell, and I have hundreds. Yep, first time seeing that. It appears to be a low yellow plastic base wad. This hull probably has a lot of capacity. Looks pretty similar to the 12 gauge Top Guns from Federal we have now. Those have plastic base wads. This one does too. Anyway, let's slap this back together and see if I can make it look presentable. This is pretty cool. I did not expect the plastic base wad in there. So we have a really nice taper on there. However, when I put this back together, I noticed the stack height was a little bit low. So I added an overshot card. You guys can see it in the middle of the hull right there. But when I spun it with the Got BN2, it took off like a rocket on me. The crimp may be a little bit too deep now, but you know what? They can't all come out perfect. That's better than having a hole in the middle and I guess dished in, but I don't know. I'll just leave it the way it is, and we'll do a range video with it anyway. It's kind of ugly, I know. But anyway, guys, there's been a breakdown on Federal Premium copper-plated 20 gauge 2 3/4 inch 20 pellet number 3 buck at 1175 FPS. Hope you enjoyed it. These are pretty interesting. 20 gauge buckshot around here is kind of hard to find. Sorry for the out of focus, but I'm going to end this one here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.